So real quickly, Marcelino Lopez, 36-2-1, 21 knockouts, won again by knockout, right? Do you remember this, man?
No, I don't.
Chicana Boxing posted the knockout on her page. Check it out on Instagram.
Wait, Lopez, does that sound familiar? Is he the guy that knocked out somebody in the second round?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, dude,
That was him.
I was looking Lopez, I was like, I just remembered Lopez and Argentino, right?
Yes, Marcelino Lopez.
I was like, that guy sounds familiar. And I was like, was that the same guy that knocked out our former guest?
Yeah, our guest from a couple weeks ago, or a few weeks ago. Yeah, he was the guy that Cano was telling us a story about being knocked out and not remembering anything for the next 20 minutes.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about Johnny Gonzalez, no, because he told us the same thing. I'm talking about Cano, but it was that fight against Marcelino Lopez.
Yeah, when I saw the name, I was like, that sounds like that one guy.
When I saw him, I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, but he won by knockout again. He has a pretty good record. What is it, 36-2? So, and he's getting older, but he's still fighting.
He's like one of those fighters that are overlooked, but he's there.
Yeah, he's dangerous.
He's dangerous. He put that grind in, and he showed it. You know, with Cano now, he showed it this weekend around.
Yeah, it was a good card. We had Hector Tanajara, 18-0 now, and I mentioned 5 knockouts to you earlier.
Yes, you did. Yeah,
gotta step that up. He's calling out Ryan Garcia, but I think knockouts is the best way to get that attention and exposure. You want to call out these names.
Yeah, he does have the same record as Ryan Garcia, 18-0.
But Ryan has 10 more knockouts.
10 more knockouts, and that says a lot.
Yeah.
So he did call out Ryan Garcia right post match, and I got the crowd going a little bit.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah, and I've gone to RGBA and I've seen Tanajara.
Yeah.
He works hard, talented kid.
You're rocking the Vergil shirt.
I am rocking the Vergil shirt.
That was a gift, right?
It was, yeah.
Shout out to Vergil Senior and Vergil Junior.
Yeah, but we're gonna see Tanajara. He
can box.
He can box.
I think he can box.
He can box.
But 5 knockouts. That's man.
We'll talk to him.
I don't know. Because he did mention after the fight that he was a bit not disappointed per se, but he was looking for the knockout. I think he hurt his opponent at the beginning of the fight, and he was looking for the knockout, but he didn't get it. So.
Yeah. So that would be an interesting fight down the road. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think that will happen. We're talking about it on the way here. There's a lot of potential, very good fights there. Yeah. That was Hector Tanajara. Shout out to him. Shout out to that Robert Garcia camp who was busy. Right, who was busy. He also had Franco, right? Franco versus Negrete, round 3, right? Third fight. And this is Legends versus RGBA, right? Because that's Manny Robles on that corner. Robert Garcia against Manny Robles. And I didn't get to watch the full fight. I had to go somewhere, but you want to talk about that one a little bit? You told me it was very close. I saw like the first 3-4 rounds.
So it was a close fight again. It's this is the third fight. It's round 37.
Yes.
And I've said this again. If they fight like
round 31, I believe they were all 10 rounders.
There you go.
Or round 21.
I'll go see. But I've said it again. If they fight like that many times, it's always gonna be close. It's just one of those things that their styles are just very close. I don't think either one has like that big punch that can separate one from the other.
Yeah.
It's a very close fight. It was ruled a split draw.
Yeah.
And it was very close, very competitive. Both fighters having their moments.
96-94.
Yeah.
One for each, and then 95-95.
Yeah, very spirited fight. I just feel like if they fight the same fight, it's always gonna be close. So they asked Franco after the fight, "Do you want that fight?" He's all like, "I think we're gonna move on," and stuff. And
shout out to Franco. Hopefully we can get him on the show. Yeah, he's kept in contact with him.
Yeah, and he said he wants to move on, and
I don't blame him.
Yeah, he's a young guy. He probably wants to move on. Negrete,
he's getting older.
A little bit older. They asked him if he wanted it. He's all like, I'm gonna talk to my promoters, but if they want to do it again, he was more open for it. But I think it's time for these guys to move on to other things.
Yeah, and it was interesting because Chicana Boxing had an interview with Franco, and I think with Negrete too. I think you had some work with Negrete too.
Yeah.
And I think Negrete was saying he was looking for the knockout, right?
Yeah.
And Franco was like, he doesn't have the power to hurt me.
Yeah.
But he did hurt him. I think was it the second round a little bit when he stumbled him back.
A little bit.
Yeah, but tough. Yeah, I'd move on, man. I'd be like, shit. It's like fighting the mirror, right? It's like,
man, just being at those two gyms, you're just like, can't live boy. Like,
true.
You get split when you get to meet these fighters. Yeah. And again, it was Manny Robles versus Robert Garcia. At the end, you saw them taking pictures, like hugging it out. At the end of the day, like it's all love. But yeah, man. So
it's crazy how much attention now Manny Robles is getting, right? Because of the whole Andy Reese thing. Everyone knows where he is now. Everyone knows his fighters, and it's crazy. It's cool, man. It's cool.
Yeah. The highs and lows of boxing, right?
Yeah, right now they're on a high.
Yeah.
We'll see how that fight happens, man.
Yeah.
They said it was official. Andy Reese is saying otherwise. We'll talk about it in a little bit. But Vergil Ortix, the man on your shirt, was relentless against Orozco. 6-round knockout. Impressive.
Dude, it was
impressive.
And we've talked about this. Orozco was fighting a pretty good fight. He's fighting a pretty good fight. He was landing his shots, picking his shots. He was like pushing Vergil Ortix back. Obviously not hurting him as much as Vergil was hurting him, but
still landing.
Still competitive, like,
because we mentioned last week, like most of the time Vergil doesn't get landed on, right? Like he's a guy who goes in there and very good boxer, takes care of business, right? But we knew this was gonna be a tough fight for him.
But yeah, like you said, Vergil was just
relentless
on Orozco. And what did you predict? You predicted it was gonna be a little bit over
beyond the fifth. I thought it was gonna go like maybe 8th, 9th.
Yeah, in the beginning it seemed like it was gonna go a little bit longer than the 6th, because like I said, Orozco was fighting a good fight, balance. He was going low, trying to land like something upstairs, and Vergil was, I mean, he, like you say, he was getting tagged. Obviously, he was taking the punches well, but he was landing great punches on Orozco. And Orozco seemed like he was taking them well. Yeah, they were affecting him, of course, but he had a good poker face and wasn't showing it until what round? The later rounds. And
that sixth
round, I just saw Vergil go into a different gear.
Yeah, and that was interesting because every time Orozco would go down, he just kind of like
shake his head.
Yeah, he would like, shake his head and like, God damn, he caught me again. And then he would just like bang his gloves and like, all right, I'm ready to go. And then he would get caught again, and it's just like he's just like, damn, dude, like he just seemed overwhelmed a little bit by that power.
Yeah,
crazy. I'm impressed. I think it was a statement.
Yeah, no, big time statement, because what was that, 3 knockdowns towards the end, and then you saw the ref just wave it off. He's like, no more. And it seemed like Orozco, like his fighting spirit would have wanted to continue, but
it just wasn't his night. You could tell. I think he would be the first one to admit that. But I think one of the knockdowns, I don't know if it was when he landed the uppercut, was that the second or third one?
I believe it was the second.
When Vergil was kind of like off balance a little bit, he kind of tripped over Orozco's legs, and then right away he got in position, landed at uppercut.
Yeah.
And Orozco just went down, shook his head once again. It was like, oh, damn.
Man, that's. And we were in the gym and we talked about this, how Vergil, at 147, he was, taking it to the bigger guys that he spars with. And I was like, man, if he does this to these guys, what is he gonna do to Orozco? But Orozco came in very good shape. If he didn't, that thing would not have gone 6 rounds. But man, Vergil, again, cliche, but sky's the limit with this kid.
Yeah,
it really is, man. Like, you see his ultra focus, just being around his dad, around his camp, around his, all those people are rgba. He's just focused. He knows that what his end goal is, and he's not letting any distractions. And we just had a Kelly, right? We talked about Kelly and how when that fame comes, like all these things, just naturally come, all these extra people. But it seems like his dad and his team have a tight.
You got cousins from like Puerto Rico. I'm like, dude, I've never been to Puerto Rico. How are you my cousin?
Man, shit, I didn't even know I was Puerto Rican. Yeah, damn.
No wonder I like reggaeton.
Been getting lineups for years. It makes sense. Man, but yeah.
Well, shout out to Puerto Rico too.
Shout out to
a lot of political stuff.
For real.
But they're getting together though.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of the reggaeton artists, J-Lo, Ricky Martin, all them getting together.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And shout out to all the people from Grand Prairie, Texas too.
Oh yeah, man, they showed up.
Good turnout.
Showed up, yeah. Did you see that crowd? Ooh, they were on it. And yeah, Vergil delivered. He did, and he, hands Orozco his first knockout. And Chicana was talking about it, how this is an impressive win. He beat him more convincingly than did Jose Ramirez's stablemate, the 140 champion who just unified those titles just last weekend over Maurice Hooker.
Yeah,
So
kind of wants that smoke, Ramirez. So he's looking. He's knocking on your door.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's interesting. The prospects, right? Vergil's what, 22, 21? 21. You know, Ryan Garcia's what, 21?
He just turned 21 as well. So.
And Munguia's with 22. And they'll be fighting September 14th
yep.
here,
mm-hmm.
right around the corner, the StubHub Center, or the Home Depot Center. I'm not gonna say the other one is too long.
It's no. It's
but do you have any thoughts on that fight?
That's gonna be I mean, a lot of people are feeling some type of way, right? Because it's not the big name like Canelo, but you know what? It's still a Mexican holiday. It's a Mexican fighter, so we're gonna.
Michael, you already know I'm a fun guy.